biggest hole in their strategy.
SG
More than 20, actually.
More than 20, 24. It was wise of IDNS SG to look at that and say, it's fine, they are not going to place attention there. We will go and have, immense pressure up in the top lane. Proxing like what KBC said, taking the fight up top. And by decimating that side of it, they knew that 3 members would be brought so low down. At the same time there, Alucard is slowly climbing up. But it never reaches a point because they are stopping 3 other members that's there. So I think yes, Alucard does not quite fit into this, especially at this pace. But secondly, Tyrants looked lost.
Yeah. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. Tyrants, both Tyrants and IDNS SG went up against Team Eksdi and MYA3 yesterday, 2-0 for each of them. And Tyrants looked really promising against Team Eksdi. Now, Team Eksdi is not that different when it comes to, you compare it to MYA3, the other opponent to, IDNS SG. Now, looking at the highlights, why was it that they were so lost? What was the main reason? It's not that the level of strength was so different, even when it comes to the standings from regular season. They're only different by 1 slot.
The thing is, they were lost, or they were seemingly lost because you don't only deal with a team proxying for longer than 1 wave. So now, how do you deal with a 3-man proxy that's there? The top lane is completely starving of of minions. Do you go and address it? Do you leave out the lane that's there? Your jungle's being taken as well.
Not only that,
They played out here. They switched up how the gameplay is being done here, and IDNS really took a commanding position and continued to evolve the game further ahead. When Alucard is not strong enough to be moving forward, you can't help it. But it's not just Alucard that was having the difficulty. Because if you look at Cyclops, Aeon, who did well yesterday, is 0-6-0.
Wow.
That's the thing I want to talk about. Some of these guys like Swan with the Akai as well, 0-7-2.
Even Alice only had 1 kill, 5 deaths, 0 assists. So if you want to talk about, them grouping up as a team, you clearly saw some people not even being participative within any sort of kills.
But it was not even like one of the Tyrants could actually get the kills and the rest were like far behind. It was just a general team thing, whereas none of them had the problem.
Didn't even send one person to take down the minions crashing into their wave. There's only 1 group of minions that were there, and it still stripped it down to half.
Coming up into the second game, what kind of changes will help them gain back the confidence and maybe win at least 1 game?
Right, so before we got into this, I did mention that Neo pick was standard, whatever they had, and then the pocket picks were coming out, right? We saw this with MYA as well. Do they have that? Potentially, yes, because they sounded so confident in the interview that, they knew they had something to address IDNS SG.
Correct.
If they don't pull it out, then we know they're a little bit lost and shattered. Or here we see IDNS SG really happy with what they had so far.
And I feel like if Tyrants want to...
I would understand. You're going up against IDNS SG. You're on this stage. It is, a lot of pressure on you. I would understand because you're inexperienced. Tyrants, not so inexperienced. This is not something we expect from them. So, in the other hand, I think there is a way for them to come back. Maybe we start by not picking things that, yes, you're comfortable with Alucard,
but even if Alucard was changed out, right? So let's theory craft a little bit here. What would you replace him with? What would have been sufficient to deal with the onslaught that happened? How do you deal with the proxying? Make it come out from the side of Team Sirens. Jason, of course, will be hovering his Belmont. I think it's just muscle memory at this point.
That's the very first hero that he wants to choose. Main hero.
And it is going to be Cyclops and Harley.
Wow,
Your team is picking.
A lot of coming in from both of these heroes, and it's going to come down to this. Towards the end of the game, if IDNS takes this one, it's either Harley or Cyclops that's going to be picking up a lot of kills. And one of the other, obviously, damage coming.
Enemy
both of them
picking.
very interesting when it comes to poking. Now that they've had enough poke, with Harley and Cyclops, what other heroes are they looking forward to picking up on the IDNS
we
side?
definitely need tanks out there. So a bit Akai being chosen, it looks like it will be Grok as well.
And they are comfortable with the Grok.
They are very comfortable with Grok.
Why do you think they don't go with the Johnson? They were really good with the Johnson yesterday, and it is open
They
for
don't
them.
need engage. They're not looking to specifically, traverse the map, play against different lanes that's there. So Grok is more team-centric. You can have individual picks,
Right.
which is what they're doing. And Grok can, dictate paces within the jungle. So if they're going to go for more proxy style, this fits a little bit better.
And they do have the mobility from Harley as well there. So
I just want to add on that yesterday, Eksdi played Cyclops 409 and Sing Z played in the next.
Busa coming in for Team Tyrants, and of course the last one is Jaw Hit. So they're going to stick with the Jaw Hit for Team Tyrants. I want to see what they can do with the Jaw Hit, perhaps with a few combo wombos of Hayabusa, Lancelot, has Angela, and IDNS will get Alice in their own lineup. It's going to be fun.
What do you think about the spells on the IDNS side?
Normal, it's
Okay.
normal.
Yeah.
That nothing out of the ordinary.
Game breaking actually.
Now we are going to be getting into the game, so why don't we see if the crowd is still with us? All right, how about we do that? Can we get a round of applause or a shout for IDNS SG? And Tyrants that could possibly come and take this game away. One round of applause for Tyrants! Yeah, here we go to these teams. Now we're getting into the game, so Sudo and KBC, enjoy it.
Thanks for us. On the blue side, it's going to be Tyrants going up against IDNS SG for game number 2. Before we sort of started off, for us, didn't ask us our predictions, but I'm curious about your predictions, KBC Sensei. What do you think it's going to be?
I want to believe in Tyrants, especially with the Jaw Hit meta. Let's give it for Tyrants this time, 60-40.
Alright,
Yep.
I think IDNS SG will still do it again. Once again, as predicted, like clockwork. Be proxy.
They have to do that, and then here's the fun part about it. Not many teams know how to counter this proxy.
That is true, because if you're looking at how fast you can clear the waves, Karina's, cleave, and if you look at Alice as well with the AoE damage, means it makes really quick work of it. Eksdi being placed up solo in a top lane with Cyclops there. It's going to spell disaster for Lancelot with so many mages on and so many assassin burst mages as well.
Correct. And it's gonna be a bit tough because if, like I said, I want to say the Tyrants, if they do not stop this counter proxy or not feeling comfortable.
Ooh, the Grok wall does get thrown out there. Will stop Akai, forcing him to move the complete opposite direction to be safe.
They will need to answer towards this counter push, and I have to see how Tyrants are going to play this right now, because again, if they were to lose this, they are back into the lowest bracket.
They are moved down to the lower. Bracket. That's absolutely right, KBC Sensei. Bottom lane, we're going to see yet again the proxy.
Wow.
I mean, this is just starving them under it. 3 of them are grouped up together, and they still are higher level than Angela and Jawhead. Akai, who are still now barely about to hit 3 and still is at 2.
So much pressure, and then you get...
Jason is revealed, will be able to get out of it, no problem. Back up top, Hayabusa's going on to Harley. Harley does survive. The lockdown will come true. Tyrants cannot take this fight, you're not level 4.
Very, very difficult because now this comes in by, oh well.
L1 gets it, Sig, amazing flicker away. Aosa looking for... Oh! Sig gets it, what?
What just happened over there? burst damage from Cyclops to end Lancelot's life.
Well, he got an amazing score yesterday on Cyclops. He was 7-2 and 8, and it's plays like that. Jason will still survive. This is Alice, right? With her ultimate, being able to tag. Gets removed. LY4 now taking a nice lead ahead, 2-0 and 1.
Wow. This is like the repeat or reminiscence of the first game. At the early aggression coming in from IDNS, this is like a whole new level. Like they were aggressive. Yes, they were aggressive before, but they aren't aggressive as like now. And when we talk about teams that don't know how to counter proxy of opponent teams, they are not comfortable in their own lane, they're not comfortable in their own jungle, it feels like they are choking at this point and they are not going to get hero kits on time. They'll be under farm and under level and spells doom in the end.
Being under farm and under level is a huge factor for them, because if they want to be coming out of this, Mr. Wee is there. It looks like he will get pushed back. Unfortunately, in the wrong position, does get punished away. But it is far from being devastating towards IDNS SG. They do have a 1,000 goal. Lead.
My oh my. The farming continues for IDNS. They're just gonna roam around, hopefully to take some picks off from Team Tyrants. Yes, and Zing will have Eon killing him off guard, trying to take damage, and yes, they've done it, but Eon as well will be in a bit of trouble. Angela did came into Lancelot, possessing him at the moment, and perhaps giving him that extra.
Is innately a little bit more tanky, more utility based, but you do require more damage on your Lancelot, so he needs to be up there farming. I do agree with that trade, but better still if nobody died. Of course.
See WQ Eksdi farming freely. Of course, the Hayabusa, I'm not sure. Perhaps he just want to wait for the right time to get into action. And the rest of the members are just looking around in the mid lane. Here comes the pain.
Oh, look at that. LY4 still will get a kill. Great ultimate. 3 members are being there, but not enough to bring them down. The follow-up damage. Grog wall is good. Cat is down and it's going to be trapped under it.
Oh my goodness. Even with Lancelot and the Arkai ulti doing a lot of jobs, a lot of aggression for Team Tyrants, they seemed like they could have win the team engagement, but it wasn't.
It was not up for them.
Not even close.
Arkai did such a big job trapping 3 people, but no damage.
Yes. Wow.
What a pity, right? What a pity.
This is why, a lot of people are saying it's not only just one player game. It's
it is a team game. You can have the most amazing positioning, but damage still counts in the end. And the teamwork and support will come in to assist them in the final bit. Taking a commanding lead, 2,000 ahead, IDNS SG. Kendros LY4 back, but will it be enough to bring him down? This team comes in, saves him, and now you're going to see that Jason is continuing dealing with the damage. Harley up top kills him as he brings out Cyclops. Now you can see WQ Eksdi up there will bring down the tower.
There's a trade kill coming in on board, but the enemy turret will be destroyed. There will be a trade of 2 turrets and 2 kills for one another. But it seems like IDNS still has the better control. And Tyrants have to figure out how to come out from the puppet master because they are feeling like puppeteers.
They are getting played like marionette dolls. Thrown across the map to any sort of whim and fancy.
No longer Tyrants, more like puppeteers.
No longer Tyrants, they are just dolls.
Ouch. But that's the harsh reality here because they need to snap out of it. They need to fix their coordination.
They need to cut their strings. I know they have Angela, there's a lot of Angela puns that's there. Orbi goes in, WQXD goes onto Orbi. Does not pop him out because the cards did not pull through. But Jason will still get it. Tanking up the turret, absolutely no problem. They will get the next one. Hayabusa's back up top, so it looks like they're trying to go in for a trade. But Turtle's coming up in the next 12 seconds.
And this most likely could be IDNS Turtle if they continue the pressure from the bottom lane. clearing up turrets, making more breathing space for themselves. And I like to stress this out. If you guys are watching this, IDNS are so comfortable at Tyrant's turret. They are feeling no to whatsoever.
There's no additional pressure.
That's the thing.
They understand the rotations, what's
Correct.
going on.
They know when the lane is.
He was brought down low.
Oh, so that was before that.
It was before that.
Okay.
Almost going to bring down Harley, but unfortunately, Harley's positioning was good, and that obviously is due credit to the player.
Oh my, oh my. We're coming into the 8-minute 30th second mark. Team IDNS SG is just dominating by a goal lead of 5,000, and they did have 3 turrets in the belt. However, Team Tyrants, they will need to break things out, and it is gonna be one of those factors. What can Tyrants do? What can they do to stop Massacre? And of course, the control of their map. Like I said, and like we already stressed before, turrets, they're feeling very comfortable.
L14 is fighting on Saiyan, so is Mr. V and Jason. There's a 3-on-1 gangbang over there. It's a 2-on-1 now with Angela making an appearance. Will it be enough? Looks like it will not, and the great escape will come through. But Eksdi comes in and says, I'm going to lock you down with more damage.
And the rest, Tyrants has to go back.
Great attempt, unfortunately not quite the case.
My, oh my. It's very dangerous to leave even one IDNS member alone. Collect itself all of the members of IDNS now. IDNS, they are hunting for the Lord. They want to end this game perhaps very, very early.
Well, I mean, there's no way they can come and contest Lord.
Correct. They don't have the resources.
But they're coming in, Jason goes, what a perfect ultimate by the way. This is going to be a gangbang massacre in the end. Jason Cole does get flickered out away, locks them down, as you're going to see out there. So many members are low. Mr. Wee will be the next one to fall. Jason Cole needs to be conscious about this. Eksdi is still alive. AO gets a triple kill. Maniac in the end. L14 will be the last one to get it out of there. Does stop Lord, and I eat humble pie by saying that nobody could come and contest them.
And here comes a bit of the punishment for an over-aggression IDNS in their lanes. So now they have to pay the price. 4 members in the graveyard. There's still LY4, and look at that. He is not afraid to take Eon down.
Is on Lancelot as well.
And he ran away.
It's also interesting that on the chat, Brian Ong just said Lance keeps dying. Wait 30 seconds until he sees the Angela is going to be eating humble pie as well.
That was like, oops, hashtag over there. And the Lancelot did really well, cleaning up the mess. And this is where Team Tyrants, perhaps they can find a window of opportunity to come back and try to get things up.
The goal here is very close, only 1,000 ahead. But how many maniacs can you expect to happen? It was a really good setup over them. You know, they were massively clumped up together, but they need more than just that. There was also IDNS mistakes that Tyrants took advantage of, rather than just great, amazing strategy coming out by Tyrants.
Tyrants don't find that it's IDNS finding them, and of course the counter attack. So that perhaps, and the counter attack again would work, but you have to be somewhat versatile. You cannot just rely on counter attacks, because if you always expect counter attacks, IDNS can actually play lanes, play jungles, get more farm, and your counter attack doesn't work.
They can play the more systematic game and not take the team fights that's going through. So that still can be more difficult for them. Tyrants needs to prove their aggression, you know, in the next couple of minutes, or they might just lose this out.
So cute, 2 tanks fighting each other.
But Akai can just jump over the wall. So
he jumped already.
There we go. The lockdown does come through. Not enough damage. Oh, Harley does go through WQ. Eksdi needs to be cautious. Aeon will get this. L14 wants a piece of it. Will it be enough? Eksdi is there as well. Now Angela's going to be on him. Will it be enough? Angela does get a kill onto Grok. But this will be the end of Aeon. No way to do it. Now Obi comes out, does flicker forward, but it will not be enough. Hayabusa is pushing, but they are losing this out. They're going to need to address Hayabusa.
Yes, they do.
Split pushing might be the answer we'll be looking for.
Hayabusa, look at that tower, the turret damage, and he will get Tyrants, their very first super minion lane from the top side. Hayabusa will engage perhaps with Cyclops and Alice. He will have to use his Shadow Clones Jitsu to run away from danger.
L1 was on his tail up there. It will happen again, but will get taken away.
But he did a lot of damage already, Sudo. He did a lot of damage.
He definitely created a lot of pressure up top. You are going to see that they are being removed away, that there is multiple structures. Okay, round 2. Are you ready?
I'm ready. And it's not going to be a bait. I don't think IDNS can afford to let this become a bait. And,
well, especially with Hayabusa not there. They're going to take it out again. Aeon is waiting at the side. The wall gets thrown up a little bit too early.
Oh, and Harley managed to kill off the spawn. And here comes team fights. Look at that. Aeon getting support of Angela, his teammate, and he will back away. The rest of Tyrants are just going to run away from trouble. But then Swan, very, very low HP. A lot of other members of IDNS, they are going to take advantage of the running or the fallback of Tyrants. WQ Eksdi has to be careful a bit as the Lord will respawn in the top lane, which is also the weaker side of Team IDNS. They will continue the pressure, and again, Team IDNS will fall back to their jungle, again continuing with the systematic gameplay like you mentioned, getting the farm, coming back strong, and going in for another kill.
I think IDNS recognizes their mistake, and we see that they are learning from their mistakes, evolving to make sure that it does not happen again. Because the game was so firmly in their grasp, and it started to slip away. That quick realization is great. Aeon is the only real one that can potentially stop them. Mr. Wee's up ahead as the Lord is waiting to the tower. Swan, you're out of position, Swan!
Bye-bye. Swan is taken down by Harley, and now they lost.
Bird and a dead panda.
They lost their tank, that's more important. Their tank is out of the game. Unless, of course, Jawhead wants to create something, but he is also getting locked down, shut down as well.
The very end, Aeon is right in the middle of all of them. Solo! Almost going to get does save it out. But still, Lord does get taken down. There are 5 members that are there. They will get it. LY4 is gone like 708. But then they take it down here. Aeon does get a double kill, but not quite enough. Angela gets 1 more kill over the WQ Eksdi, needs to be cautious, but does have immortality. Can rotate down to the bottom turret as what he's doing to take away another structure.
I feel like even though INS lost a lot of members, but they still get the objective done. A bit pity that they could have risked lesser deaths or lesser casualties. But hey, if they want a team fight, they want to be over-aggressive, this is the cost of it. And they are paying in a good way, somewhat like that.
Just look at them. 4 members have concentrated energy.
Magic damage.
I mean, 4 mages, 1 tank? Yep. What meta is this? They're saying screw meta, we'll create the new one. Tyrants has been done for creating meta. I just, as she says, we can do the same as well.
Correct. Well, this is actually a longer game, so we are into the 16th minute into the line, nearly to the mid to the late game. IDNS down with a 2,000 gold advantage. Tyrants, perhaps they can even the odds up. Perhaps they want to try to take this game away with all of their eggs in the basket.
Well, for the next 1 minute, we're going to see a little bit of a lower period because the Lord is up and they don't want to be risking how they're going to be attacking this out. It would be good if the gold buff is being taken out there by Hermit LY4. We're also going to see that the waves are going to be crashing in the favor of IDNS SG. Swan and V see each other in the jungle.
He has to be careful. Swan, oh Swan, you don't want to mess with Harley and Grok together.
Well, Akai can jump away to safety, so
yep. And
as much as he doesn't want to do so, he probably is quite safe.
Trust in his own tankiness. Sudo, trust in his own tankiness. You can see the rest of the members are converging in the mid to top lane. Now Team IDNS might want to set up for the team fight. They want to end this team fight. They want to end this game to make it 2-0 while Team Tyrants fighting for the dear life.
Rock wall. That's a really good strategy. Throwing up the wall, making sure that the minions bounce ahead so that they're just buying that extra bit of time. Which is important because as the announcer just said, the Lord is resurrecting soon. They want to buy as much time as possible. Mr. Wee's out there. See, once again, throwing up that wall, just trying to delay because we see that Harley and Cyclops have started Lord.
No, not that. You see that the creeps of the minions are top set. They did some destruction first for the moment.
Amazing job there by Grom, Mr. V. You know, I take them away. Lord has been taken. Eksdi might get taken down here. Ken chasing it all the way out here. Aeon is still there. Jason, he comes back. All Eksdi is still alive, and so is Sings. The cycles might get taken down here. It will be the lockdown does come through. Mr. Wee is still chasing on the Aeon, but does have immortality. It's in. Lord is pretty tanky. It does require multiple members to be taking him down. That does alleviate pressure for the rest of the lanes. IDNS SG finding a more difficult time trying to end this game. Can they or will they end up making another mistake?
I don't know. I felt that the Lord, it just died without a purpose. I think because of the rest of the other two members are down on IDNS, so they had to reset the game plan. Perhaps go in when the time is right, wait for another Lord respawn, max the timeout because it's already close to 20 minutes. This is the late game phase, and IDNS, they will have to be careful.
Well, this is also what happens when you have multiple, magic damage members.
Correct.
All you need to do is build a lot of magic resist. And that's what's happening as that, Joy is becoming super tanky. You also see Aeon already has a shield on, Athena shield on.
Yep. You see the two members as well, they do have...
Aeon is all the way out there, almost.
Wow.
That potentially could have been bad.
Yep.
But here we're going to see, another wave is pushing into the base. Now, once again, IDNS SG has control of the top and bottom waves.
I really like how Tyrants, even though this is not their best defense set up yet, but then again, a lot of rotations, making sure that Team IDNS don't chip away their turret from time to time. But again, how long can you withstand this defense? How long can you be cooped inside your own base because the Lord will spawn in the next 80 minutes, 80 seconds.
Lord will spawn and they will be hoping there will be enough. But what we're seeing here is IDNS SG is starting to chip away at the base. They are strangling them down for resources, but it's, I'm saying but too many times, it is also a fact that at this point of the game where we are talking about 60,000 gold really on both sides, there's not much other items to get.
Late game entry, everyone is already close to that level 15. In fact, everyone is actually level 15. So now it's done time to the item progression because some members, they will still need to fix their last item cost. But we will see which team will survive this war of attrition. I'm feeling that IDNS also can, if they make a mistake, that's also an end game for them.
Yes, it is, because you look at the top lane, it is completely, left open. It's amazing that IDNS SG, although they have, super minions spawning towards the top lane, they've always managed to push out enough so that their minions are reaching out there. This is a testament to how much attention they have been placing in where is their weakest lane.
Correct. 3 seconds as the Lord responds. Ladies and gentlemen, the war of attrition just gets more interesting. There'll be a cute engagement between both tanks. None of them want any BS, but here comes a bit of a problem. You can see that Hayabusa is on top, away from his teammates, and I think his team is actually
3 members there.
Yeah, he has to be careful.
They're collapsing on him, but will it be enough? The lockdown is going to be there. It looks like it will be good enough to take him down. At least the immortality. But now the rest of the team is there. LY4 gets deleted off. Unfortunately, not quite the same here. Jason is still now back up again. Singh is going to be throwing out his ultimate. He gets immortality. Almost going to get farmed there. He does remove Angela, which is the form support. Saiyan gets removed. IDNS SG finding the kills, but they need to bring down Aeon. If Aeon is alive, then damage is there. It looks like it will not quite be enough as more members of Tyrants start ripping away the team. Jason Cole is still up once again. His ultimate came out of cooldown.
This is looking like Tyrants are just climbing back. Day 1 blood. This time they know.
What an extended fight!
Yes, they are going in for the fight, Sudo. Look at that. They're just going
twice
in.
Landra has used his ultimate already.
Oh,
Mr. Wise also there. Jason Cole is caught up between 2 walls.
And Tyrants, they are struggling in this war of attrition. They want more blood. They want to go and see a
LY4
good
is now
game.
up and is coming in for more damage.
However, look at the Harley there. WQ Eksdi, he is farming in the mid lane.
Will he be enough to take it out? It looks like he will be able to. He needs to be cautious about Ken. Does throw the minion away. Saves the tower.
What? Nice one. Nice sneaky peeky light from there. WQ Eksdi. Oh, and he has to be careful. Yep, he teleported back.
They need to be both teams need to be extremely cautious about how they want to approach Lord. It is another 11 seconds before Alice comes up.
And this comes down to the team who plays the best passive-aggressive mode. Like, you have to be cautious, but at the same time have to be aggressive to start something up.
We also see there is a big wave of minions on the side of Tyrants in the bottom lane.
A lot of spells.
This is what happens. They are so tanky, they're tickling each other.
Like, tickle. Hey. And WQXD finding Saiyan with the Hayabusa, and he doesn't want any of that BS out of there. He just wants to bait him away from the channel, but Hayabusa had to be careful because that Grok will come in to perhaps deal damage. You can see that Ken and Swan with their respective heroes.
The lockdown to Obi is a good one there, but Obi does, is saved by Aeon and Ken's presence.
And Sudo, like you mentioned, everybody's so tanky, everybody has the aggression.
Harley and Hayabusa are dancing amongst each other. WQXD still alive there. I mean, what great juking coming from both teams. This is so evenly matched across both. And it's also reaching the point here. This is now officially the longest game, past the 24-minute mark.
Wow. It's only game.
And it's only game 2. If IDNS wins this, it will be the end of the series. But if Tyrants takes it away, it will go up to a third one. Jason Cordil, look at this, no damage coming through because of all the magic resist.
Good play by Tyrants because they know that they can take this if they
Swan
are careful.
Does get his immortality popped away. The lockdown will come through, but he's still so tanky.
Everyone, each of the teams, they're just putting each other at the back seat.
To be honest, I don't know how IDNS SG can win this.
Yeah.
I really do not know how they can win this. Unless they start buying Bloodless Axe on Harley, I have no idea.
They have to rebuild their set if they want
Jason Go goes in again, does get thrown back. The lockdown will come through onto Swan. Once again, not the right target. But Saiyan makes his appearance up, does separate it away from the team. Jason Go is still once again trying to be their front man.
Tyrants, apparently they have been pushed back and
they're fighting from one base to the next.
Yeah, that's the thing. A tug of war comes in and Karina taking down Jawhead already. This is not good because if you lose Karina, you lose your damage output. And the rest of them, like Sudo says, magic resistance. What can IDNS do from this angle, ladies and gentlemen? I am so shocked right now.
I am shocked. I would love to see the item progression. I think many people on the chat as well want to see the item progression. Hopefully production does that for us. We will see. Now, Tyrants are attempting Lord. Lord, unfortunately, does not have huge amounts of magic resist, which means it's still susceptible to be stolen away. To him, it looks like IDNS SG might be able to steal Lord away.
But the Lord is still tanking.
The Grok wall is great. We're going to see Jason go up to the front there. The knockup will not quite come through. They need to be cautious. They're all so low. Jason will flicker forward, but Saiyan is there.
Oh, no! Instantly destroyed.
The Lord gets reset.
What is going on?
Concentrated energy healing people up. We're going to see Saiyan might go down. No more mana. But still survives on his immortality does not get popped. Singsi is dead. Once again, the lockdown is going through.
Oh no.
I feel as if I'm staying on the skills so many times in this game. It's 27 minutes.
But he can't do much. And now a double kill coming in for LY4. Now landing in.
I mean, LY4 died in that fight.
Yep.
He came back up again to rejoin the fight.
that is how amazing this game is right now. Actually, we are quite speechless because we saw the Lord was for taking, was a very down to steal the hell, but
I do have to
change
say,
a lot.
Algernon, Gianni, 7 mages. It is not that they don't have damage. The enemy has so much magic resist.
Correct. If we did get a chance to see the item progression, then maybe we can tell you more about that. And IDNS will start with
Well,
the Lord.
they see Hayabusa up top, and they do have Alice now, you know, to clear off the 3 waves. Ken is going to be here. Omen's going to be brought down there. They need to be cautious about how this is going to get done. Back up top, it's going to say LY4 might fall down to this. It looks like you've been trying to secure Lord. Lord kills off LY4. But
oh my goodness. Team